So my name is MacLane. We're ZeroDB. We're an end-to-end encrypted database protocol. And if that sounds intimidating, it is a little bit. So let's start easy. Everybody knows about the cloud, right? It's fast, it's cheap, it's scalable. But there's a problem. If you're dealing with sensitive data, like people in financial services, government, healthcare, you want to encrypt that data before you ship it off to AWS or Azure or wherever. But the problem is when you encrypt data, it's not usable. You can't search it, you can't sort it, you can't do all the different types of database queries that all businesses need to do. But what if you could? And what if you could also share that data while it was encrypted with third parties like Salesforce or Workday or all these new SaaS applications? And if you could do that without ever exposing the underlying data or the encryption keys to that cloud provider, that's ideal. And so that's what we're doing. Now, for the first time, you can have data encrypted not only in motion and at rest, but also in use. So you can operate on data, you can query data while it's encrypted, and you never share the encryption keys with the server. So now the server is just sort of a simple data store. It doesn't know anything about the data, and neither does an attacker. If someone is able to breach AWS or Azure and they get into your database server, all they see is encrypted gibberish. And it's also fully ASIC compliant and is pluggable in terms of encryption. So out of the box, we use AES, which is the standard. But if you have some proprietary algorithm you use, that's fine too. So on the left here is sort of how things look today. Obviously, you can have an encrypted Oracle database, MySQL database, any kind of database up in the cloud. But if you want to do a query, you have to send the encryption key. So you'll send the key to the server, everything will get decrypted, it'll run your query, and then it'll return the result to you. But obviously that window there is sort of a window for something bad to happen when the key's on the server. And so we close that. We never send the keys to the cloud. So who's using it? Why do we care? Well, we have about 15 enterprise pilots going on right now. So we have telcos in the EU and the US that are looking to build managed security services on top of ZeroDB and resell that to their existing customers. We also have a lot of startups, fintech startups, healthcare startups, legal tech startups that are building new applications and using ZeroDB as the underlying database from scratch so that they can now offer sort of end-to-end security and stronger privacy and security guarantees to their customers. So who are we? I'm a software engineer, a former tech, media, and telecom investment banker at Morgan Stanley. Michael is also a software engineer and a former physicist. And Ali is the former director of product marketing at Marvell Semiconductors, and he was also one of the founders of Nexus Systems, which was a hardware security startup whose IP was acquired by Juniper Networks back in the early 2000s. And we are looking to wrap up our pilots toward the end of the summer and sort of transitioning people to paying customers and simultaneously start raising a seed round. So we're targeting $2 million at 10 pre. And you can email us at hello@zerodb.io, and our website is down there as well. Thanks.